YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha back in the building for another last Cloudia information and slash guide video. Another one of these which to select with your exchange ticket that we are getting tomorrow upon login for the DMC rerun collab day 1. We're getting a free selection of the 5 things that came in the first go around of this collab, including Dante, Nero, V, and 2 LR arcs. So this video is going to be a breakdown of what I believe you should choose practically, right? This is very much for players that want to choose the most efficient thing. I'll give you a quick rundown of my priority list and some reasons why. Starting with the first and what anyone should be picking if you don't have this on your account. Devil May Cry Mobile Office is one of the best account enhancers that we currently have in the game overall. Specifically, I'd say for one reason alone, and that is Purple Orb, the teachable skill right here. Yes, it's 11 SC, but it gives +1 stock cap for all skills. It's currently one of the only ways to give yourself another stock of your S3. And if you have been paying attention to my channel or continue to watch me after this video, you will notice that I use Purple Orb in almost every single build for my physical DPS units, because more stocks equals more damage output in a shorter amount of time. It's just that simple, and usually your unit's S3 for a lot of your physical DPS, that's their most powerful skill. There are some exceptions, but even if with those exceptions, it's +1 stock to all of skills. This coupled with Pirate's Feast, which upon wave 2 moving forward, you get full skill stocks, just allows you to have monstrous amounts of damage to spam out, and it just saves you so much time, right? That's the goal, is we're trying to get things that save us time in completing these quests that the game offers. So Purple Orb, a huge key to that. There's nothing else besides Phone Booth that's really worth mentioning about this arc, but it's just these 2 skills right here, Phone Booth and Purple Orb, that enhance the entirety of your account. It's not just one character that can be limited in its use. It enhances every single character on your roster, which is why Mobile Office is easily your #1 pick if you don't have it. Moving on to the number 2 selection, I would recommend getting V. If you were around during the first collab, you got Mobile Office, but you didn't walk away with V, which is exactly my case. This is who I'm going to be picking up, and what I recommend is your number 2 choice. Although I just mentioned how a single character is a lot more limited than acquiring a useful arc on your account, V is a standout unit. Many people ask, wait, why is V so good? Well, V is a long-range status ailment attacker. Status ailments, when they're applicable, because some fights, some endgame challenges, they cannot be status ailmented, but when they can, V being able to apply status ailments, which are some of the most inhibiting things in the entire game, from long range just allows him to be one of the most useful tools in a party comp that we have seen to this day. A lot of status ailmenters like Logia and Melee, while they're still exceptional units for that reason, the fact that they have to get close up in range of a lot of risky attacks that the enemy may throw out just puts them at a disadvantage that V can avoid altogether. He is the reason you can absolutely cheese a lot of endgame fights. For example, I just took him into a multiplayer battle Tweaks took him in, I joined, and we just stunned the Bahamut fight until we were able to absolutely obliterate it with no risk of us dying. And that's why V can be so crazy if you build him correctly. If you utilize him as a status ailment inflictor from long range, he's just going to make your life 1,000 times easier. So V, easily the number 2 pick in my book. Moving forward, let's get into number 3. We have the second arc, Nefarious Usurper Urizen. Now this is still a very, very nice arc, not quite on the tier that I would say Mobile Office sits. However, it's got a decent trait if you are lacking some other arcs that are really helpful for dark attackers. And the teachables, Demon's Throne, when special gauge is at 100%, 30% physical damage for long-range attacks. We also have Dark High Drive teachable on here. It's the only place Dark High Drive is available as a teachable skill. I would say are the two most notable skills that I will definitely be acquiring. Many of you guys know, obviously, as I said, I do already have the Mobile Office arc. But the free ticket that we're getting tomorrow is not the only ticket that's accessible to us. We're also going to have a free crystal step-up banner for 15k at the end of each lap. You do get another selector ticket. You can do it a certain amount of times. Barlene said maybe 3 or 4. So your boy is going to be getting V upon login, and then I am definitely going to be spending a 15,000 crystal to pity this arc right here just to get it on my account. Definitely think it's worth it. I think some of the other skills can be used if you want to get a little cheesy. This is power's not horrible. Dark attack raise being teachable on here is fine. And the AER is interesting if you're doing some sacrificial builds, kamikaze builds, but it's mainly just Dark High Drive and Demon's Throne that I'm after, and will be very, very happy to get on my account for 15k guaranteed. Moving on to number 4, we're looking at Nero. Now, Nero, while he's definitely not a standout unit like he was upon release, he still can be a very useful unit. Now, we do have the young Nero shift coming, so he's definitely going to, I'd say, usurp this guy in every single way if I had to guess. But where this guy can be useful is in a couple niche scenarios. One, he's going to be a great unit to have on your roster just as an extra unit for Maze of Tartarus. He can still shine very much so in there. But he also has a stun gimmick. We just talked about how useful V is with status ailment inflicting and how stunning an enemy can be one of the most broken things. Well, Nero has the capability to stun as well. I know I overlooked that. I've had this guy for almost 2 years now, and I definitely overlooked that upon his initial release. Tweaks released a great video, pretty much exactly what I'm explaining, but going a little more in depth, so make sure to check that out. I'll link that up top if you want to see it. You can take advantage of that with Nero, and that's a status ailment that's not accessible very commonly. So definitely gave Nero the edge, I'd say, to recommend him over our number 5 pick, and that is Dante. Goodness gracious, is this guy just the butt end of this joke in this entire collab. Dante, you'd think he's treated the best, being the main character, the most recognizable character from the DMC series. Well, in this game, he is absolutely pooped on. So many things wrong with him that I could discuss, but I want to keep the video short. Just know he's number 5 for a reason. The only way I would say to pick this guy is if you already have the first 4 things from the collab. Anyone who picks this character because they're a fan favorite of Dante, while I usually tell people to play how they like, you are literally just inhibiting your account from being good. Like, there's no other way to explain it. If anyone picks Dante over Mobile Office, you can do it to trigger me, that's totally fine, but just know that your account is literally worse. It's literally bad if you pick Dante over getting Mobile Office. You're nerfing your entire account by making that decision. So I just want to make that very clear. I'm going to stop before your boy Buddha starts raging a little too hard. But Dante is absolutely last pick. Could I pick him up by doing another 15k crystals to pity him? Sure, it wouldn't break the bank, but he is so undesirable for me, especially with how bad the Godforge equipment buffs I just saw were, that I'm not even going to spend the 15k pity to get this guy. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. There's my list of what you should select with your ticket depending on where you are in the game, what your account looks like, etc. And again, make sure to go check out Tweaks' video if you want a little more in-depth analysis, actual applicable use of each character and how you can use them and the arcs if you acquire them. So great video from the homie, but wanted to share my thoughts as well. like, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications so you don't let the algorithm tell you when to watch my videos. And consider joining the Buddha fam. $2 a month to help keep your boy making Last Cloudia videos and other fun, helpful gaming content on the internet so that Lady Buddha does not kick me out of the house. And to show Adis that they need to sponsor your boy. Help me help you, as they say. With all that being said, y'all know what we say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video.